Steven. Steven.
Oh, surprise! Bet you guys weren't expecting to see me. How you guys doing? Yo, I just want to say congrats.
Oh, go ahead, yeah.
Can you?
Wait, tell me.
Yes, sir. Wait. Oh, man. This is working when I tried with Braden like 3 minutes ago. Give me a sec.
Yeah.
I think. I think it's because this isn't live and it's just a video.
Wait.
Yo. Bennett, Lynae, I'm really sorry for not being able to show up to your wedding. And also, really sorry for trying the voicemail prank in the first 30 seconds of this. But I wanted to make it special. Congratulations so much on getting married. And, you know, you guys mean so much to me. I knew that even if I can't make it, I couldn't leave you guys empty-handed. And so, at the very least, I needed to send a video. But this is so much more than just a video. Because, you know what? When you've known someone for as long as I've known Bennett, you got a very special opportunity. And that opportunity is to take all those many years of that friendship and boiling it down so that you can dunk on him in front of everyone that he cares about. You know what I'm talking about? In a speech at their wedding. And so, even if I'm 3,000 kilometers away, I am taking that opportunity, at the very least, to expose who Bennett is so that Lynae knows what kind of trouble she has got herself into. But before I go on explaining who Bennett is, why am I doing this inside of my unfurnished bedroom? Give me a second. Better. Well, the first things that people learn about Bennett when they meet him is that he really likes puns. And by really likes, I mean has like an unhealthy obsession, right? Puns, the lowest form of humor. Oh, and little known fact, highest form of humor, pretending that you're live when you're actually pre-recorded. That's just peak comedy. No, but Bennett really likes puns, right? It's like he's been prepping dad jokes since he was 10. And so, Lynae, I hope you're prepared, both for the terrible, terrible jokes, but like also the like kids situation. I really hope you guys have had this conversation prior. But to honor Bennett's love of puns, I really wanted to add a whole bunch of puns into the speech as well. And then I thought better of it, because you know what? No. Today's a serious day, okay? I will not engage in such thinly veiled tomfoolery. I get it, puns, they're enjoyable, they're fun once in a blue honeymoon, but right now simply isn't the time. And so while the thought of breaking down into puns is rather intoxicating, there are more serious things to address. For instance, Lynae, Bennett, I'm sure you guys have been running around all day. How are you guys doing? You guys holding up okay? You guys need something? Can we get them some water, please? Again, weddings are tough and stressful. It's your big day and you want everything to be perfect, right? You want to ride in on a horse in marriage, you want to roll out the red carpet, you want everything to be the best man that it could possibly be. And so then for the sake of your wallets, I hope you guys didn't go too extravagant. I don't believe either of you are bridesmaid out of money. So let me propose this. For the next couple of minutes, take a seat back, take a deep breath, and just enjoy it. Take it all in, enjoy this video, enjoy this night, because it's all for you. Some of it might be endearing, but I can promise you there'll be plenty of room for jokes as well. And so if you're wondering if I plan to use the next couple of minutes to make this night even more amazing, even more memorable than it already is, let me make my answer diamond clear. I do. Another very important fact about Bennett is that he's a fanatic. He's a very big fan of pop culture and stuff, right? Growing up, that was everything from Transformers to Zelda to Duck Dynasty and everything in between. And because, we went to the same school for 13 years straight, wow, that sounds very weird to say. But because we went to the same school all that time, it would be very rare for me not to see him every single day, right? It would be an oddity. If I didn't see him for a day or two, it'd be like, oh, okay, I guess he's sick. If I didn't see him for an entire week, oh, the new Halo game was released overnight. Okay, understandable. But a piece of pop culture that he is absolutely obsessed with is, of course, Star Wars. So much so that if he didn't have it already, I'm sure the perfect wedding gift would have just been a Disney Plus subscription. But he loves Star Wars so much that back in 7th grade, as part of the Star Wars fan club, shout out Mr. Doherty, Bennett wrote some very, very heroic Star Wars fan fiction.
No!
And let's be real here. What better place is there to read some decade-old Star Wars fan fiction than at the author's wedding? Unfortunately, I was never that big of a fan of Star Wars myself. I never joined the fan club. I never got my hands on one of those books. But of course, why would I need to when my brother was there? And so, this is me from 2 months ago, reading a little bit of Bennett's Star Wars fan fiction. take it away. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 18 years ago, by Bennett Kubitz. What if Luke Skywalker didn't save the galaxy? What if all the clones except 4 all turned to the Empire? And what if 99 from the Star Wars The Clone Wars was a lie? And what if these what-ifs were true? Chapter 1, Flashback. 99, Heavy is dead, said Fives, one of the members of the Domino Squad. How am I supposed to give this back? 99 said while opening his hand, revealing a metal badge that proves you passed the grading. 99 was a maintenance troop. Useless, but he...
Honestly, how many chapters long is this?
14.
We don't have that much time, actually. Thank you.
No.
Luke, I called out. He turned and smiled. Well, we did it. Yup, we're heroes, I said. But you were already a hero 18 years ago, Luke said. I smiled and looked up at the sky. Someone tapped me on the back. I turned. Snow, Jack, Heavy, you're alive, I said triumphantly. He smiled. We all turned around and watched the fireworks. We won, I yelled. May the Force be with us always. The end. Back to you.
Bennett, and I hope you understand, I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the story that you write with Lynae will be just as long, if not longer, than your 7th grade Star Wars fan fiction. A piece of pop culture that I am more familiar with myself is Pokemon. Right? We grew up off this stuff. We watched the TV shows, we drew the characters, we sang the theme songs, we played the video games. I would say it's been a very big part of our childhood, except for the fact that I still play Pokemon, used to go shiny hunting, unless that was all code for buying an engagement ring for Lynae. I want to talk about Pokemon today, not only because it's been a big part of our lives, but because I think it can teach us a lot about marriage. I know it's not the believing in one another, stronger together, blah, blah, blah. No, get that out of here. No. It's the fact that being a husband is very much like the concept of an HM slave. No, it's not just the word slave, okay? That's a little too on the nose. But of course, Lynae, if you need a tree cut down or a big rock to be moved, obviously you tell Bennett to do it. For those who don't know, an HM is a move in Pokemon that's usually not very good, but it affects the environment in a way that's mandatory to progress the game. And so what a lot of people would do, because there is a set limit to the number of moves that each Pokemon can learn, is that they take a single Pokemon, throw all the HMs onto it so that the rest of the Pokemon can keep their better moves, ideally. That Pokemon then being known as the HM slave. So you might be wondering, why am I comparing an HM slave to a husband? Well, Lynae, when you have a whole bunch of burden that you need to stockpile onto a single individual, who are you going to make shoulder that burden if not your husband? That when the going gets dire, when things get tough and you're on your last legs, who will you rely on most? Take a hit so you can revive someone.
Yes.
You know, he might not be the strongest or the flashiest or the smartest or the most handsome or the where was I going with this? Right. He might not be the star of the show all the time, but this journey does not happen, cannot happen without him. In Pokemon, the one that stays by your side through thick and thin for the longest amount of time, in many cases longer than that of even the starter. The one who's there by your side through it all is the HM slave. And so, Lynae, I want you to, after today, be able to turn to Bennett and say in 100% earnesty, Bennett, I choose you to be my bibarrel. You know, Bennett, it still kind of surprises me just how long we've known each other every time I think about it. Next month, it's going to be 18 years. I still remember showing up to kindergarten that first day and seeing you playing on the carpet. And so I get to truthfully say, I've seen you go from building blocks to building a family. You know, through all of that time, when I try to summarize, I'll try to figure out, try to describe you in a single word. The word that I keep coming back to is kind. And no, it's not a cop-out, trust me, okay? I legitimately cannot remember a single time in which you said something mean about anyone. Which is weird when you think about the fact that we were both teenagers at this age. Teenagers are, and this is a fact, terrible people. We were like in large groups, and I can remember this. We were in large groups, someone brings up some mean gossip, and I look towards you, and I can see the gears in your head trying to figure out how to transition, how do I move this conversation away from us? And in all the cases that you do it, it is like impressive. And so it's like, it doesn't seem all that special until you start going through the list of people that you know and start thinking through, how many people can I actually say that for? How many people can I actually say, I do not recall a single time that they said something to me, and they were willing to put in the effort to make those around them less mean. And to me, the length of that list is one. your kindness and compassion is honestly something to aspire towards. Whether it's a lady holding too many grocery bags on the C train, or an 8-year-old kid that we just met on the playground who wanted to play Nerf with a bunch of adults. And I am a huge benefactor of this too. Dude, I have not given you the appreciation that you deserve for this friendship. Since the very beginning, you've always been there to lift me up and to push me forward. You never fail to make me feel included and welcome and thought of and cared for. And every single time when you need help, whether it's just another set of hands for a project I'm working on or someone to talk to, you've always been there for me, going above and beyond. Bennett, thank you. You are an amazing friend, and you will undoubtedly be an amazing husband as well. But I do have one gripe with you. A couple years back, you asked me to go check out the new Calgary Public Library with you. And when I showed up to your house, there was a girl sitting there talking to your mom. That was the first time that I met Lynae. And so, Bennett, when you want someone to be your wingman, it's kind of nice to give them just a little bit of a heads up, just let me know, Lynae, that was the first time we met, was exploring the Calgary Public Library together. And from that, first impressions of you, you're very grounded, you're very thoughtful, very inquisitive. We were talking about architecture and like messing around with typewriters. That was fun. From the very beginning, I knew that you and Bennett had a history together. I knew because you can tell by the intensity of the eye roll when Bennett says it fine. But yeah, from that day, what I took away most was that you guys were just really comfortable together. Honestly, I wasn't actually 100% sure you guys weren't dating back then, until Bennett came to me and said, hey, can you help me surprise Lynae when I ask her to be my girlfriend? And that day, in the park, to me, personally especially, like I still fawn over. I still try to bring it up in other conversations just to tell it to people. And I didn't gain a significant other that day, so I can only imagine what it's like for you two. But like, it's so cute, right? Like you press the button, boom, table, spaghetti, music, tux, everything. I think it says a lot about Bennett. So he's willing to put in so much effort to create something absolutely memorable, right? And whether it's an instant park date or an escape room proposal or whatever the next thing is in the future, that willingness to put in that effort to create an absolutely memorable moment is so difficult, because I think it's very easy for us to overlook just how much preparation, how much coordination is needed to pull that off, right? Remember, this isn't the bare minimum. This isn't even what's expected. This is so far above and beyond that you honestly have to be a little bit crazy in order to attempt it. And I think Bennett fully understands that when the person is worth it, you're absolutely willing to go that extra mile to make that moment absolutely unforgettable. So now that the sun's gone down, I want to make two things very clear. The first is that Bennett's not the only one who understands the power of an unforgettable moment. And the second is that both of you are very, very worth it to me. Bennett, I love you, man. And it makes me so happy and so proud to see you grow up into the person that you've become. And Lynae, from the moment that I met you, I knew that you and Bennett would be perfect together. And so even if I can't be there to celebrate with you guys, I wanted to make sure you guys can indeed feel the love tonight. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of the rolling wind can be turned away. An enchanted moment as it sees me through. Well, it's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. Can you feel the love tonight? And it is where we are, and it's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? And how it's laid to rest. Well, it's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. Be honest, did you guys think I was gonna sing? Look, I'm sorry I couldn't be there for you guys to attend in person, but hopefully this makes up for it just a little. And I promise you, we will celebrate when I come back, don't you worry. There's a time for everyone, and if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and reason to the wild outdoors, as the heart of this star-crossed Voyager beats in time with yours. Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. Listen up, this wide-eyed wanderer, that we got this far. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. Man.
Hey! Saw the podcast slowly fade in. It's like, wait, no.